our brothers and sisters up in Canada, those down in the Caribbean islands, Central South America, the South Pacific, all over the world where our people are. Blessings to everyone. We must stand strong. We must stand united. We must have our own political agenda, and we cannot be influenced by the political agendas of other people. Tonight, brothers and sisters, we have a very, very important guest and a very, very important conversation. As you all know, the Me Too movement has been something that has definitely caught eyes all across this country and has wreaked havoc within the American African community, where we see so many innocent Black men being accused, having their careers destroyed, and being sent to jail for crimes that they have not been proven to be guilty of having committed. And so tonight we have one of our up and coming young brothers, actor. You have seen him in Superfly. Very good job. Very good job. He did in Superfly. Our good brother, Kaalan K.R. Walker. He's here today, and we're going to talk to him about his career and also about some of the recent allegations that have been made in an attempt to slander his name and cut short his career. So, Brother Kaalan, thank you for being here, first of all. I thank you for being here, and I want you to know that this is your platform to be able to share your word with the people, to let them know what it is you want them to know from your perspective. One of the things that we suffer from as American African people here in the United States is a free voice to speak our position and our narrative, especially when we are accused of things that we did not do. And as Black men in particular, who have a 400-year-old history of having our reputations destroyed prematurely without proof, I think tonight's conversation is definitely a timely one when we look at, not to say the situations are the same because they aren't, but when we look at what happened to Bill Cosby, when we look at what's going on right now with Deshaun Watson, we even go way back and look at what happened with Tupac Shakur and Mike Tyson, and we even saw what happened with Cuba Gooding Jr., Tavis Smiley, and the list goes on of all these Black, Morgan Freeman, all these Black men who were accused of sexual improprieties with very little to no evidence. Some of them were able to successfully overcome those allegations. Others are still fighting against them, such as yourself, and still some, such as Bill Cosby, is in prison, not too far from where I'm sitting right now in Philadelphia, PA. So let us get started, Brother Kaalan. And the first thing I'm going to ask you to do, give the people a background about who you are and where you come from.
Okay, so my name is Kaalan. My original name is Kaalan Rashad Walker. My people know me in film as Kaalan K.R. Walker, and I'm also a musician as well. My artist fans know me as K.R. So full name, Kaalan Rashad Walker. Movie name, Kaalan K.R. Walker. Musician name, K.R. I'm from Crenshaw Slauson, Los Angeles area. I was born in the Martin Luther King Hospital.
Okay, powerful, powerful. Tell us a little bit about your acting career. How did you get started? Some people get into the field by accident. Others get into the field because it's something they've always wanted to do since they were a child. How did you get into acting?
My original passion, and it still is music. My agent under a company I was working with at the time recommended that I start acting as well. I told her no initially. I said I didn't think I can do it because I didn't take classes. I didn't have experience. She told me the reason I said yes, she said I remind her of Will Smith. She said I have a likable personality and she feels like I would resonate on the screen. So I went to a few auditions. When I got to those auditions, by like my third audition, I booked my first role. And that movie was called Kings, alongside Halle Berry and Daniel Craig, the guy who plays 007.
What year was that, Kings? What year was that, Kaalan?
Came out 2018.
2018.
If you look it up, it's on Netflix. It's called Kings. It's me, Halle Berry, and Daniel Craig. And it's about the riots. That's where it takes place around. Okay. After that, I booked another role right after that on a BET TV show called In Contempt.
In Contempt. That was a series.
That was a series, a BET series. Okay. And ironically, in the BET TV show, I was on the last 2 episodes. I play a falsely accused Black man who is facing life for shooting for shooting a white police officer, and ironically, art imitates life. I was fighting for my life in court, and I beat the case, and that's the role I played in that BET TV show. Right after that, I got the biggest role of my life, which is Superfly. I got that role. That role was originally
Excuse me,
supposed
brother Kaalan. Turn your volume up just a little bit for me on your phone.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
There we go. Okay.
Now, my role in Superfly, I play the villain. My role was originally for 21 Savage. 21 Savage was caught up with other things business-wise, so he wasn't able to do it. So I got called last minute to audition for the role. Before I even got downstairs from finishing auditioning, the lady that booked me for the role already called my agent and said, I want him. So I went to Atlanta to film the movie. Best experience ever. Everybody was so respectful. It was a great time. Movie came out, total success. Everybody hated me because I played the villain, so I did my role. My director told me that he wants me to imitate Tupac from Juice. Crazy, out of pocket, disrespectful. Brother, that's what he told me to do. I want to remind people it was a role that I had to execute. After that role came out, of course, that's when the allegations started, and that's when we can get into that topic when you lead into it.
Okay. Before we get into the allegations, tell me about the musical side of your career. How did you get into music? How far are you in music? And what do you do? Meaning, do you rap? Do you sing? Do you produce? Tell us about your music career.
I actually do all three. I started off as a dancer. There was a movement called the Jerky Movement where all the kids would be dancing in the street. I started that in 2009. 2013, I was with a group called Marvel Inc. We danced together in the streets when we were kids. 2013 came around, I started making music solo. I got my foot in the door because I started ghostwriting for other famous artists in 2014. I started putting out mixtapes, and I started to develop an underground fan base. 2015 kind of solidified that I can definitely do this, because I had a meeting with Drake's manager, Future, and he wanted to sign me to his label. Drake's one of my idols. I look up to the guy. I look up to his team. Amazing artist. So I thought, that's amazing. If his manager is coming to me saying I'm special, then I believed him. I continued to make music. While I was making my own music, I was also ghostwriting hit songs for big artists. But I didn't understand my business at the time. So, if you don't understand the music business, you get taken advantage of. So I gave my records to people. The records became #1, but I never got credited for it. But I kept making my own individual music on individual. Then in 2018, I had a meeting with Kendrick Lamar and his manager, Top Dog. And they wanted to sign me to Top Dog Entertainment. Kendrick Lamar is also an amazing artist I look up to. His team over there, everybody over there, amazing, talented people. He offered me a situation, but that one fell through because I wanted to prove to him and to myself that I can do this by myself. So after that, I continued to make music, and I developed a fan base to this day of like about 10 years. I got fans. I built the underground fan base, a catalog about 10 years now.
Got you. Let me ask you, if you had to end up only doing one or the other, if you had to choose, and of course you don't, what would it be? Would it be acting or would it be music?
I would choose music because in music you have to act on music videos.
Well said. Well said.
Yes, sir.
So now we get to the sensitive part. Right after Superfly breaks, it's a big movie. Everybody watched it. I know I did. I had friends and family calling me up. Doc, you got to watch the Superfly movie. I watched it over and over. You did an excellent job, my brother. Very good job. And then, unfortunately, right after the release of that movie, you were arrested on sexual assault charges.
Yes, sir.
Two-part question. Number one, was this your first arrest ever for sexual assault? And what led to that arrest?
This was my first arrest ever.
Period. You've never been arrested.
Criminal history. I've never been to jail a day in my life until 2 months after my movie came out.
Understood.
None.
And so walk us through the steps that led to this arrest.
Okay. If there's any mothers in here, if your son is around, or if your son is in the other room, or father's in here, please bring your child. If your son is old enough to understand what I'm saying, please bring him to this live, because this story I'm going to share is very uncomfortable to say, but it's also very necessary for men around the world to hear this, because I do not want this to happen to y'all like this happened to me. So I feel like while I sat in jail, I think one thing I learned is that it's very important to take responsibility for what I do wrong or what I did wrong. So I'm going to tell you what I did wrong in this situation. Sorry.
It's okay. Take your time, brother.
I had a best friend. He was my photographer at the time. Met him in 2016. Took all my pictures, hung out with me. He was homeless when I met him. He DM'd me on social media and said, hey, I saw one of your shows. I sold out a show in LA. He's like, I'm a big fan. I would love to be able to take pictures for you. I hit him up. I said, where are you? He said, down the street. He was house hopping. He's from a different state. I said, come live with me and my girl at the time. He lived with me, took all my visuals, took all my pictures. That was my camera guy. That was my best friend. We developed a very strong friendship. After Superfly came out, about a month or two after, we did a photo shoot. He had a girlfriend at this time. I did not want to. He was dating her for about 6 months. I've known this man for 4 years. Sorry, man. I just don't. I hate going back to this. Sorry.
Take your time.
When we all met up, me, her, and him met up. He came to my house. He brought her over because he was editing pictures at my crib. So while he's editing pictures, he said, yo, bro, I got to go. I'm about to go take care of a situation. I got to go do a photo shoot for some money. I said, no problem. He left, and it was me and his girlfriend still left there. His girlfriend was attracted to me. She was a fan of me. She started to date him because she was a fan of mine, because she wanted to get closer to me. But I knew that for months, but I did not have the heart to tell him, hey, she's only with you because she likes me. I couldn't say that to my best friend. He left, or when he left, it was me and her alone in the place. She tells me, I love your music. I would love to see how you do it up close. I mix and master all my music at my house. So I'm showing her everything on Pro Tools, how I mix and master the music. She walks to the computer and leans over and kind of, in a way, try to accentuate her breast in front of my face while I'm trying to like show her the music. Long story short, this is where I made a mistake. She ended up going down on me. She gave me consensual oral sex. While she's doing it, I get a phone call from my best friend. He tells me, hey, I'm downstairs. I say, okay, no problem. When this phone call is happening, she's done giving me oral sex and she's panicking. She's like trying to put her clothes on, all this stuff. That's where I made my mistake. I will own up to when I'm wrong. I should have not allowed this woman to give me oral sex. I should not have betrayed my best friend like that. I was wrong.
Correct.
I was wrong. And it makes me mad because I wish I could take it back, but I can't. But I can't tell you the story without telling my truth. So we're going downstairs. She's looking at me panicking. Are you gonna tell him? Are you gonna tell him? They're living with each other at this time. I'm looking at her, man, I'm sweating. I'm like, I'm not answering her though. I'm not saying yes, I'm gonna tell him, or no, because I don't know what to do. I just betrayed my best friend. I get downstairs and she gets in the car, and my best friend at the time comes out. He's like, what's up, bro? You good? You good? And I look him in the eye and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And he's like, you sure, bro? You seem like something's wrong. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I lied to him. I fucking lied to him when I could have told him the truth. I made 2 mistakes. I betrayed my best friend's loyalty, and I received oral sex from his girlfriend. I should have told her no, but I didn't. Getting in that car and driving off with her. The next day, I go to his social media page. Every picture we ever took together is off his page. I knew something was about to go left. I felt it. I start calling his phone. He's not picking up. He goes on social media 2-3 days later. Don't trust a backstabbing person like KR. He's a violent predator. He assaults women, just saying the worst things about me. And I'm like, what did this woman just say to this man about what happened? He calls me about a week or two later after he make that post about me, because now things are starting to rumble online. What's this thing about hearing about KR being this, KR being that? He calls me, hey, bro, what's up? I'm like, man, can we talk? I need to meet up with you. I want to talk to you. He's like, yeah, bro, I want to meet up with you too. Hold on, I'm going to call you right back. He hangs up. I'm happy now. I'm like, I got a chance to explain to somebody I called my brother what I did wrong, but what really took place. Because the impression he got is I'm a predator. That's what he posted. And I know it has something to do with that woman. That something she left out or did not say to him. He calls me back. He's like, hey, where you at, bro? I tell him, he's been in my house plenty of times. I told him I'm at the house. He's like, yo, let's meet up at this place down the street, this gas station. I want to talk to you. I'm like, no problem, no problem. He's like, where you at? I told him my location. The phone hangs up. He never shows up. Come to find out, his girlfriend's on the phone and a cop is on the phone. He called me to track my location to set me up to get arrested. The woman, his girlfriend's mom, works for the court system. She told her mom that I forced her to go down on me, and told him that I forced her, instead of saying, hey, I cheated on you. Instead of her admitting her fault, so what she did wrong, I cheated on you, she lied and told him that I forced her to go down on me. So that when I was on the phone, it was a cop, it was her, and it was him on the phone, and the cop was tracking my location. That's why he never showed up that night. Thought that was weird.
So what happened when you got there?
Nobody was there. I go back home. A day or two. There's a liquor store across the street from my house. I see there's cops outside of my building, but I'm not thinking nothing of it, because I'm like, I know, like, okay, that has nothing to do with me. I leave downstairs to the front and they all clear out. They drive away. So I'm like, oh yeah, nothing's going on. I walk about a block down the street to the liquor store. As I'm coming out the liquor store, I went to go get a water, a Snapple, and some Skittles. As I'm coming out the liquor store, I get surrounded by 10 to 15. I can't make this up, sir. I get surrounded by 10 to 15 cop cars, cop trucks, aiming guns at me, telling me to get on the ground. I panicked. So I'm not moving. I'm like standing up like this. I'm not moving. They're like, get on the ground. I'm looking around. Don't turn this way. Get on the ground. I'm in shock. You got to understand, sir. When there's 15 cars and 2 to 3 cops each I'm surrounded by like 30 police. And they're aiming guns at me. They're aiming guns at me, telling me get on the ground.
This is LA. This is LA. You're still in
This is in LA. They are aiming guns at me. I got 30 guns aimed at me, telling me to get on the ground. I don't get on the ground because I'm shocked that if I move, that I'm dead. So I'm like this. Then some dude says, or one of the cops said, get on the ground or I'm going to shoot you. I fall to the ground. Everything comes out. Everything falls. My grocery, the food, everything is to the ground. Some dude gets on me, put his knee on my head, and another guy gets behind me and handcuffs me. I read the laws when it comes to police law. They're supposed to say you're arrested for blah, blah, blah. They didn't tell me they didn't read me none of my rights. They didn't say anything. They just arrested me. And I hear them talk, we got the culprit, we got the suspect. I don't know what's going on. I'm in shock. I was on the phone with a relative of mine at that time. When they arrested me, I was on the ground. They took my wallet and they took my cell phone. That's the only things I had on me. They put me in a cop car and I go to the police station. They put me in the holding tank. They put me in handcuffs for like about 5 hours. I get inside. The lady the detective on my case, she is a racist white woman. When she handcuffs me to bring me upstairs for questioning, before, as you know, it's by law that a cop, when they about to interview you, they have to record. They have to record everything. While she's walking in the office, she tells me, I heard you're a little entertainer. Your type of people, this conviction gonna be easy. I never heard of a justice system or a cop that's supposed to say that to somebody before they take them into questioning. I get inside the questioning room and they turn on the recorder. Some other dude walks in the room. I got one cop looking at me like this and another cop looking at me sideways. So imagine me looking at you and then someone is looking at you from the side of your head, like kind of got me surrounded. And she goes, you're done, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. You know you're done, right? I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
And at this point, they still haven't told you that you were arrested for sexual assault. You still don't know that.
No. All they did was pull out a whole bunch of folders and they stacked them on top of each other. And they go, I want you to know that you're here for sexual assault and that you're going to jail tonight. I said, where's your proof? She said, you see this big book? All the people you raped. Sorry.
It's okay.
The book was fake. They used that as a scare tactic to try to make me say something I didn't do. She said, you have two options. You tell me that you raped this girl, or you're going to jail right now and you're never going home.
That's exactly what she said.
That's exactly what she said. I know in the office there's a button under the table. I can tell she was doing stuff with the button, putting her hand up and below, doing something illegal. She was doing something illegal. She named me a list of just a whole bunch of names. We got you from this. We got you from this. You've been accused all the way back to 2013. We got you from this. We got you from this. In the back of my mind, I'm like, if you got me, why am I coming in here now? What is something's missing? Something's missing. She goes, tell me about blah, blah, blah. That's the girl who lied on me. The oral said I forced her to do that. Tell me about this person. I said, I want an attorney. She goes.
So she only brought up one female or more than one female?
She brought up one.
She brought up one female? One.
Brought up one. She goes, I say, I want an attorney because I know my rights. I said, I want growing up in LA, all you hear is don't talk to the cops about nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I go, I want my attorney. She goes, you can have an attorney, but there's nobody here for you. And nobody's coming for you anytime soon. And you don't have an attorney right now. So if you don't want to say anything, I'm just going to lock you up right now. I want an attorney. Okay, well, let's go arrest you then and wait for your attorney to come here. I'm like, are you allowed to arrest me right now? I just said I want an attorney. She said, I'm going to give you two choices. You tell me why you raped this woman, or you go to jail. I said, I didn't rape her. She says, did you touch her? She's trying to get me to, I asked her for, it's on my transcripts. I asked her 7 times for an attorney. Once you ask for an attorney, this is law. For anybody that's unaware, once you ask for your attorney, the cop cannot keep hounding you about giving them answers. That's against the law. And she broke the law 7 times. She pressured me into explaining what took place that day. So I told her the truth. But what she was doing, she was just trying to get me to admit I was in the same room with the girl, same location, same time. She had no evidence that I took advantage of her. But because of the Me Too movement, I learned this by cops. I talked to cops about this when I was locked up. The Me Too movement is so serious nowadays that all it takes is a woman to say, I was raped. All they need to do is hearsay. And by law, the cops have to come arrest that man with no proof, no evidence, no nothing. They say, if for example, right now, if a stranger, if a woman I do not know, go to a cop and say, Kaalan took advantage of me. Do you have his number? No. Do you have his Instagram? Yes. This is Instagram? When did this happen? Were you in the same state as him? Yes. Okay. They can arrest me right now. That's a fact. You can go look it up. You can go look it up.
So let me ask you this then. How did your encounter with the detective in, and did you go to jail that night?
Yes.
How did that night play out?
So after I told her what happened, she goes down a list of just a whole bunch of girls. You raped her, 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 you
So
raped
now
her.
she mentions more women for the first time.
A list.
Did
I'm
you
like,
know
what?
the women she was mentioning?
No. She's naming people though, but she's saying you have allegations from this and from that and from this and from that and from this and from that. You know you're done, right? I'm like, what do you mean I'm done? You know your life is over, right?
Now, did you
I'm like,
tell her you didn't even know those other women?
yes, I'm explaining. She goes through a list. There's women on my case right now that she named, but I can't speak about that until it's resolved. But on top of women on my case, she named a whole bunch of random other names that I've never heard before.
Okay.
But when I realize now, cops are very strategic. She said extra names to build pressure on me, to make me feel like I'm this monster, to make me think it's a list of people in the world that's just coming to get me. And it scared me. It scared me. This is my first time in jail, and I got 2 detectives. What happened with this? This. So what is this? This. I'm telling you, what is this? Why are you looking guilty? Why are you sweating? They're grilling me. I have no family, no friends. My phone is gone. I am being grilled in that room. I'm being grilled, sir.
What time of the day is this? Is this late night, afternoon?
No, this is like 4 or 5 o'clock.
In the afternoon, okay.
Yes. But after I explained to the woman what took place, that's all she needed to hear, that I was in the same room as this woman to put me in jail. So she said, all right, thank you so much. I said, can I go home now? She goes, no, you're going to jail. I'm like, why am I going to jail? She goes, because you know what you did to these women. You're sometimes I smoke. I barely drink. I don't do lean. I don't do drugs. When I talk, I don't want to, because I have a lot of alcoholics in my family, and I don't want to be I don't want to be that man. I want to be fully functional, fully aware. I know that's not the popular thing to say. I know in this entertainment business, you got to be drugged up or sipping or drinking something. I don't even want to fake act like that's me. It's not. I'll smoke sometimes. I'll sip some wine sometimes, but that's it. But she made me feel like I was mentally unstable. And she told me, I saw your role in the movie. You look crazy. She just took something, a passion of mine, that I was acting in, and portrayed that like that's really me in real life.
So she knew you were an actor.
Yes. Puts me in jail. I go to she took me downstairs, booked me. I spent the night in that jail, or that jailhouse. Then the next morning they woke me up and took me to LA County Jail in downtown LA. I got arrested on September 11th, 2018. The same day the movie I did, Superfly, went to DVD. Got arrested the same day. I'm in LA County Jail now. That's my first big movie I ever been in. I'm not realizing how big that movie was. I get to jail, I'm getting stares already. So I'm getting stares from people. They're double taking. I'm in line waiting to get booked. We get to the front desk, and the cop goes, "You the Superfly dude, right?" Everybody in the jail start looking at me, and I see everybody whispering. You got to understand, this is my first time in jail. I don't know if I'm about to catch a fade. I got to fight somebody. There's drugged up people in there, gangbangers. It's a dangerous place.
And you in general population?
Yeah, I'm in GP. I started off in GP. I ended up later in not protective custody, but PC. Yeah, protective custody. So when I first got arrested, I was in GP. When the cop says you was that actor in Superfly, everybody start whispering to each other. I got a lot of stares, negative stares. That movie messed up my life, but it also saved my life. I had so much love in jail. So much respect. The cops was asking me for autographs. The inmates was asking me for autographs, because I think they thought, since they saw a man in Hollywood be in jail, and maybe more relatable to them. So they like, yo, yeah, we saw that stuff that went on with you. You good here. You good with us. I had to politic. If anybody is unaware about jail politics, you have to politic or have conversations with the Hispanics and the blacks. They're separated in jail. You have to stay respectful to the Hispanics, but also respectful to the blacks. If you don't respect both sides, people end up getting stabbed or beat up or jumped, and you cannot snitch to the cops. If you snitch to the cops, you get killed. That's a fact. So while I'm in general population, I'm politicking with the blacks, like talking to the homies, politicking with the Hispanics. Hispanics whispering, yo, you good over here. Make sure your homies stay over there. You good over here. And I gotta be in the middle. Why? Because I'm the Hollywood face. I'm terrified, sir. If I make one small move or say one bad thing, my life is done. I'm getting cut up, beat up, or jumped in jail because I'm in GP. A month later, because I got arrested September 11th. A month later, around October, a month and a half, October 26th, this platform called Shade Room posted that I'm in jail facing 9 sexual assault charges, and they posted that 2018. They posted
Question before you go. Those 9 sexual assault charges, when you were booked not just for the one girl. You were booked for all 9.
No, I got booked for the one girl. My bail was like $150,000.
Okay. So where did Shade Room get 9 from? Where did they get 9?
So after I got to jail on the 11th. On the 18th, I bailed out. Because my jail, it was only $180,000. Anybody?
So you was only there for a week.
I was only there for a week. I got out.
Okay.
I had a court date on the 26th to go back to court, but I'm a free man. Okay. I get back to court, and the detective is there.
That same one from the beginning.
Yes. She found out I was out and added charges this time. That way I would stay in jail. Put me back in jail. Then, to make sure I stayed in jail, she did a press release and told the news stations, told blog sites, and that's where Shade Room picked up the story.
So let me follow this. So when you get out, you go to court.
Yes, sir.
That original detective comes.
Yes.
To keep you in jail, to see that you go back and keep you there. Yes. She came up with 8 extra females with the same allegation.
Yes.
How did she get those 8 extra females that quickly?
Thank you. When I say this to people, they think I'm so crazy, but I need them to understand that this really happens. Remember I told you that girl's mother was affiliated with the court system?
Yes.
I think her and the detective know each other.
Okay. How did they connect with those other women though?
That's where I'm getting at. They put a press release out. You can go look at it. If you type in CBS, if you type in on YouTube, CBS, Kaalan K.R. Walker, they put a news press release out saying Kaalan Walker career was taken off and it came to a crashing burn when he's got announced for sexual assault charges. She put a press release out to the news stations. And then they said at the end, you know what they do at the end? If any other victims or any women that feel like they've been terrified by this man, please call. The phone start, from what she said, the phone start blowing up. And that's how she added more charges from apparently what she told me, women calling in and saying their stories. That's how she added more charges on me. Took me back to jail. Now I'm in LA County jail, but this time since I was blasted to the news, they put me in PC. GP is blue suits. PC is orange suits.
Okay.
When I'm in there, October 26th, Shade Room post that I'm in jail. That Shade
While
Room
you're
post,
in jail.
Yes. That Shade Room post ruined my life. I couldn't defend myself because I'm sitting in jail. I'm hearing from family members that the Shade Room comments of my own people are bashing me, saying, "Oh, so he's his character in real life. I never liked him. Fuck him. That dude's weird. Oh yeah, get that guy."
Hold that thought, Kaalan. Hold that thought. I'm looking at the Shade Room post. Let me just read it. And what was the date on October 27th of 2018? So when this came out, you are in custody.
Yes, sir.
How long had you been in custody when this came out on October 27th of 2018?
About a month and like 2 weeks. Because I went
around about a month and 2. Okay. So it says Superfly actor and rapper Kaalan Walker was hit with 9 separate felony sexual assault charges this week. According to a news release from the Los Angeles Police Department, he was charged for a series of sexual assaults that included contacting aspiring models on social media and promising to help them professionally. According to reports, the alleged attacks date back to 2016 and all happened in the county of Los Angeles. Police say he would offer the women help with their careers, and then once they were alone, he would take advantage of them sexually. The 23-year-old's charges include 5 counts of forcible rape, 3 counts of sexual penetration by a foreign object, and 1 count of forcible oral copulation. Walker, who was arrested in Van Nuys, California last month, is currently being held on a $1,080,000 bail. His next court date is scheduled for. Read more at theshaderoom.com. Before you respond to this, the charges that they name, 5 counts of forcible rape, 3 counts of sexual penetration by a foreign object, and 1 count of forcible oral copulation, were those correct, the charges?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when they talk about sexual penetration by a foreign object, what are they alleging you did there?
I don't know that one.
Okay.
For anybody that's been to jail, they know this. But if you haven't been to jail, let's give an example. Mm-hmm. When it comes to sexual assault, I want to use this as a lesson for people that they can learn. Remember when you wrote on the flyer, facing 150 years to life if convicted.
Yes.
Do you know how I'm facing 150 years when I have no criminal history?
How is that?
They took charges and stacked them on top of each other of the same charge. For example, so if a woman gave her story about what took place, and she says, I grabbed her arm, that's 1 count of assault. Then I penetrated her once. That's 2 counts. Then I penetrated 3 times. Every time I thrust, I'm penetrating, that's a count.
Okay.
They can stack up God knows how many charges. That's why I'm facing 150 years to life. So now, after that post come out, I'm sitting in jail. I'm making calls to my family. You have to understand how I'm feeling, Dr. Umar. I thought I had so many friends in Hollywood, right? First, I call my Hollywood friends to get this out that this is not true. When I tell you I got abandoned, the people I thought were my friends in this business, they abandoned me. Nobody picked up the phone. Nobody picked up the phone. Why? Not because they didn't believe me, but for some reason, when someone is hit with charges, the world runs because everybody are acting like cowards. They do not want to speak about what's really going on. There are women who's actually really getting taken advantage of, and they deserve justice. But there are also people who are lying on people about assault, and they're not getting their justice. That's
Understood.
what happened. That's what
now,
happened.
When they say, help me understand this, Brother Kaalan.
Yes.
They're saying that you reached out to these Instagram models, offered them help with their career. When you got along with them, you took sexual advantage of them.
Yes.
Okay. You deny that. Tell us what did happen. How did you meet these women, and what were the limits on your interaction with these women? Tell us, what is the truth about your meeting these women on Instagram?
So some of these girls I never met. Some of the girls on the case I have met. But if I see them, you have to understand, I'm at the height of my career. When you're at the height of your career in Hollywood, there's a wave of people that wants to be next to you.
Yes.
I have women in my face. I'm not going to lie, a lot. Some girls will want to be with me sexually. Some girls will want to be with me in long-term relationships. Some girls wanted money from me. When they did not get those things from me, you've heard this term, hell has no fury like a woman scorned.
Correct.
When they didn't get these things from me, or they want to text me and I'm like, oh, no, I got to go, but thank you so much, love. It goes from, I like you to, you was ugly anyway, or F you then. Pissed off a lot of people. A lot of women got pissed off at me because they wanted me, or if I was around them and I flirted a little bit, but then they got mad. Just being transparent with you.
Understood. Understood.
So when Shade Room posted that about me, that gave people ammo. If any woman met me in the past that didn't like me or got rejected or felt the way about me, fuck that guy. Yeah, he probably did it. Of course. And then in the comments, you see he was crazy in the movie. He's definitely crazy in real life. You're taking a movie role that I was told to act in and portraying that like that's the real person. That's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
They put it to the news like the role in the movie, I'm this psychotic, crazy woman beater, killer, rapist to the news. They didn't post my face. They posted my character's face.
Okay.
That's media manipulation.
Absolutely. Now tell me this. What was the extent of your relationship with these women? Were these like one night stands? I just went on a date. How deeply involved were you with the women who are making the accusations?
So like I said,
did you see them one time? Was it an ongoing thing?
So some of these women made accusations that I never even known. And some, I want to be transparent. If I had a sexual relationship, I was single. I have the right to be promiscuous.
Right.
I don't owe myself to nobody. If I'm a single man, just like if a woman is single, she has the right to be and spend her time with who she wants to. And if I did that thing, I did the same thing. But after, if you want to be with me, or you want a baby from me, or you want money from me, or you want my attention, or you're mad when I don't want to be in a relationship, you do not have the right to falsely accuse me of rape.
Agree.
That's not
agree.
That
what do you think their agenda was with the accusations? The women who came forward?
Money, so a civil suit, and to be like, yo, that's what you get for not messing with me.
Okay.
Yo, any men, listen to me. All the men in here, it is very dangerous to piss a woman off. I gotta understand men. Every man, I don't care if you're 12, 13, 55. If you're a man, I'm telling you, there is nothing cool about sleeping with tons of women. There's nothing cool about that. All the men in here who got mamas and daddies, when they telling you to watch out and be careful, don't be out here slanging your stuff to everybody, they mean that shit. You need to listen to them. Because I made that mistake and look where I ended up. So getting back to this, back to the story. I'm in jail. So October 20. So I'm in jail still from September 26th all the way to February 23rd. My bail was $1 million. I stayed quiet for a minute because I just wanted to see what the temperature was like. My bail was $1 million. I bailed out on February 23rd. I bailed out quietly. I didn't post online. I didn't tell nobody about it. The woman I was with and talking to at the time, my birthday's March 28th. I was out clean on bail quietly. The media didn't know I was out. I bailed out silently. On March 25th, so February 23rd, I bailed out. On March 25th, I am laid up. 2019. Yes. I'm in the bed with my lady at that time. We're cuddled up in the bed. But I get bailed out and I'm on ankle monitor. But nobody bothered me for a month. So I thought, okay, maybe I can breathe a little bit. I'm in bed with my lady. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I hear at the door. It's 6 o'clock.
And y'all at her house or your house?
Yes.
Hers.
Her house.
Okay.
I hear a bang. I'm in my drawers, sir. I'm in my drawers. I'm cuddled up with my woman, right? I wake up, but I'm in shock. I'm like, there's something banging. But I'm not assuming that it's people at the door at where I'm at. I come to the door. I go to the door. I tell girl I'm with terrified. Like my lady, I'm at the time terrified, scared to death. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, stay in here. I rush. I go to the door. They're like, open the door now. Open the door now. If you don't open the door, I'm busting it down now. Like losing. I'm panicking. So I'm in my drawers. I'm like, what's going on? I go like this. I've said, I'm coming. I open the door. There's a shotgun, not a small pistol. There's a shotgun aimed at my face. A shotgun. Before I open the door, I knew something bad was about to happen. I give my girl my phone. I say, do not get the cops my phone. Don't give it to him. She goes, okay. They arrest me again, but they let me put some pants on. Let me put my shoes on. I come down the stairs. It's 15 cops, and they all got shotguns, and they're back on the phone. We got the culprit back in custody. We have got the culprit back in custody. And I see them go inside my girl at the time's house and say, give me the phone. She's like, I don't know. They're like, give me the phone to her. She's scared. She's half bra and panties in a row. She gives them my phone. She gives it to him. Put me back in custody. But I went back in custody in the same place I was before.
Okay, you bailed out clean.
Yes.
Why did they come back to her house to get you, given that you were out on bail clean?
When that press release of Shade Room came out, that racist white cop took every woman caller that called in. She said she had like 200 callers. And she just took a police report of each of them with hearsay evidence, meaning that there's no physical evidence, and stacked them in the corner in case I bailed out to put me back in jail. Because all you need is hearsay and a story to go put a man in jail. That's for any race of man. If a woman said, Dr. Umar, I'm mad at you right now, I'm pissed off. If you took a picture next to her, if you breathed next to her, if you was in the same facility as her, all she has to say is that he did this to me, and they are obligated to have to come arrest you.
So let me ask you this then.
Yes.
Because you were back in jail for a second time before the cops came to your girlfriend's apartment.
Yes.
That was already for 9 charges.
Yes.
So they came back to her apartment.
They added more.
Is this additional charges on top of the 9?
They added more, sir.
How many more did they add on there? Approximately.
They added like 20 women to my case. They added 20 women.
Okay. Are all those women still on the case to this day?
No. That's where I'm getting at. That's going to lead all the way to the end to why I'm out right now.
Okay.
I'm back in jail now. March 25th, I'm back in jail. I am in jail for 2.5 years. 2019, March 25th, all the way to November of 2020. I just sat there. He's not picking up the phone no more. People in the business I thought were my family ain't picking up the phone no more. I'm just sitting there. The world forgot about me. My career in music is gone. I lost my record. My independent record label contract is gone. My management team disappeared on me. The ones who said they had my back for life, they abandoned me. Family abandoned me. I got letters from fans, strangers that I never met before. Fans wrote me letters. I got letters by the hundreds of people saying they love me and we here for you, sending me Bible scriptures. You're going to get through this. All this stuff. Everybody left my side. Do you understand how it feels to be lonely as hell in jail for something you did not do? My career is gone. Gone, sir. Gone. I bust my ass to get in those movies. I bust my ass to make that music. And it's gone off of somebody lying on me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to say.
No, I understand. I understand, brother. I understand. So let me ask you this. It's okay. Take your time. So you go back to jail for the 3rd time. This white detective has it out for you. Okay. When you go to jail this time, is this when you do your longest stint? And how long was it?
Yes. So when they put me back in jail after the cops came to my girl's door with a shotgun, they raised my bail from 1 million to 2 million and added 20 women on my case. This time they got me. The white lady said, "You ain't going nowhere this time, young man," and laughed at me. Laughed at me. So now I'm sitting in court or sitting in jail. They put me, when you in PC, protective custody, that's below GP. So I'm sitting in a dungeon by myself. Imagine, you want to know what jail feel like? Have you ever been in jail, Dr. Umar, ever?
No, sir.
You want to know what jail feel like? If you've never been in jail before, go in the bathroom, cut the light off, and sit there. That's what jail feel like. I get to go outside for 1 hour for two days out of the entire week. I get to take a shower 3 times in the week. I am sitting in a dungeon in the dark, just sitting there every day. My food is being handed to me under the door. I'm getting a piece of bread, I'm getting a banana, and I'm getting a piece of peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some old milk for breakfast. I'm getting cold food for dinner. My toilet and my water faucet are in the same thing. So the same place I have to go to the restroom, I have to drink water from that to survive.
Man. Oh, man.
They treated me like a fucking animal. I'm sorry for cussing.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Like an animal. And they told the media that I'm an animal. And the media believed it. I do not understand why media tears down black men like this. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Shade Room didn't have all the facts. Their post ruined my life. So now, fast forward.
First, let me say this to the Shade Room. And I want to say this to all black media that is out there, particularly the grassroots media, the ghetto media, the mid-range media. You have to be more responsible. Although we understand that slander sells, defamation of character sells, sensationalism sells, gossip sells, but you are messing with people's lives. The media is powerful because it creates narratives that people will automatically assume to be true. And black media, and I can say this, being a Pan-Africanist, the first black newspaper, Freedom's Journal, out of New York City, 1831, I want to say, around the Nat Turner wartime, maybe the 1820s. The first black newspaper was published by Pan-Africanists in America, and the purpose was to educate and advocate. To educate and advocate. If the original purpose of black media is to educate and advocate, why are we slandering black men, slandering black women, promoting the most despicable rumors about one another? The Shade Room, you destroyed this brother's career. You destroyed this brother's career simply because you wanted to get as many viewers as you can, which you felt you could do, and you did do, by reporting a story on him without his version of the truth and without all the facts. That was very, very irresponsible. And I appeal to all black media outlets out there, please be more responsible. Stop being driven by the profit motive. Stop being driven by clicks and views. Stop being driven by AdSense. Stop being driven by advertising. You're supposed to be driven by something much deeper, and that is the liberation of our people. And I'm very disappointed in that. But please continue, my brother. So you spoke at his food, and you would be in jail this time for almost 2 years.
2.5 years I sat in there.
Let me ask you this, without getting too personal, because when we hear about brothers that this happens to, they come from a family. Your family, your mother, your father, are they still on earth with us? How many brothers and sisters do you have? And what impact did this have on them, if any at all?
My mom don't speak at this moment.
But not in relation to the charges.
Oh, no, not that.
Okay.
She knows I'm innocent.
Okay.
But me and my mom don't speak for other reasons. And me and my dad are just now getting a relationship.
Okay.
Because I grew up believing my dad wasn't shit because my mom told me he wasn't.
Understood.
And I had to get older and have a conversation with my father because it was presented to me. My mom presented it to me that my dad left me when I was a child.
Okay.
As I hit my dad with the, you gonna disrespect me, you'll never see your son type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as I got older, I went to go talk to my dad and I said, I would never forgive you for you not being in my life. Mm-hmm. And my dad went off on me. He goes, do you know the shit your mama told you? It's a fucking lie. He's yelling at me, but he's crying. So I'm like, what did I miss? Come to find out, all these things my mom said my dad was, he's none of those things. He's a good person. but I didn't have a relationship with him for 25 years because my mom told me that he was a ain't shit nigga. So while I'm sitting in jail, you believe in God, sir?
Yes.
Let me explain to you why God is real, right? God did so much work on me while I sat in jail. I read books. I studied Tupac. Right? As I'm sitting in jail, I learned to give myself fully to God. I got pissed off at God in jail. I yelled at God. I said, I hate you, God. I said, God, kill me now. I tried to commit suicide in jail. Have you heard of a medicine called Benadryl?
Yes.
You can buy store in jail. I bought a large water bottle. I haven't told anybody about this, but I don't want to lie or somebody try to expose me for it later. I bought a big bottle of water, and I paid. There's a thing in jail called soups, little ramen noodles. I paid the other inmates to give me their little medicine of Benadryl, and I filled the Benadryl all the way to the top of like a big bottle of water, and I downed it, and I almost had a heart attack because I was trying to kill myself. So I downed that, had a heart attack, woke up from it, thank God. Then I tried to take a sheet. There's like a little hole. There's like a because your bed and your sink is next to each other. I had a very small cell, right? I took the sheet and wrapped it in the corner of the bed, and I took it and put it around my neck, and I leaned forward and tried to hang myself. Didn't work. I felt like the second time I tried to commit suicide in jail, God was telling me, you are not about to die this way. I started reading. I got Romans. I don't know. What side is it? I got Romans tattooed at the back of my ear because I read the story with the Roman. God puts his toughest soldiers through the toughest battles, right? I sat. So while I'm in there, I'm getting knowledge. I'm learning. I'm educating myself. November 2020 comes. I didn't realize. I get to court. I haven't realized that my detective had been keeping my phones for 2.5 years. They finally give my attorney the phone. Come to find out, the cop, the racist white lady, deleted all my evidence out my phone to show that these women were lying about the consensual things that took place. He deleted my evidence out my cell phone because my attorney was asking for months. Why do you keep in a cell phone? Give me the cell phone. And she would keep saying, we're still doing analysis. We haven't unlocked the password, all this stuff. But she was keeping my phone and erased it completely to delete the evidence out my phone to show. So when she tries to take me to court and trial, I have no evidence to prove I'm innocent. I get to court. Shout out to my attorney, man. This is amazing, man. I get to court. Come to find out.
This is November 2020.
Yes.
And this is almost before discharge.
Yes.
Okay.
My bail went from $1 million when I first got to jail. They kept adding charges to me over time. I said, God, you're going to do something. You ain't about to end my life like this. I believe in you too much. My bail rose to $4 million, sir. I'm like, oh, I'm never going home. Because of
what?
Because they kept adding charges. They just kept adding stuff. They just kept adding everything. They did not want me to get out because they knew if I got out, I was going to raise hell about how these people do people, especially in jail. The only people locked up are Black and Latino men. They have it the hardest time in jail. I did not see one white person. I did not see one Asian person in jail. It is dominant Blacks and Hispanics. That's it. Black and Hispanic women take up 99% of the jail system, which is some bullshit. Bullshit. Back to my point. Come to find out, sir, I've had 6 DAs on my case. 6. You gotta understand that. For anybody that's unaware, a DA is a district attorney. That is a person who's supposed to prove me guilty and get me locked up. Their partnership with the detective.
Right.
I had 6 DAs on my case, and they all left my case. What does that mean? That means that they got my case, saw my status was like, oh, this should be easy. All these allegations, they saw the charges, studied my case, realized that they didn't have evidence and that the girls were lying. And they said, you can't, a DA cannot legally say the girls are lying. They have to remove themselves from a case. They have to be sick, or if they're a woman, they have to be pregnant. That's the only way you can leave a case. So 6 DAs left my case. That means 1 came. Oh, I can't convict him. No, I'm removing myself. 2 came, 3, 4. Why is everybody leaving my case if I'm guilty? Why is the people that's supposed to put me in jail leaving my case? Trial was supposed to start back in September of last year. A week before trial, this woman goes, oh yeah, we're ready for we can go to trial if you want to. There's like hundreds of girls on his case. He's a predator. We're definitely gonna win this. My attorney goes, okay, we're ready for trial next week. She goes, okay, no problem. The week of trial comes, and on Monday, the DA on my case that's been studying my case for 5-6 months that said I was definitely guilty, she's sick and she wants to remove herself from the case because she doesn't want to catch COVID.
This is the DA, not the detective.
The DA. She leaves. Why do you leave my case the week of trial? If you're so confident my life is done and that I'm guilty, because she knows that these girls are lying. Now we get to November. My attorney goes in on the judge. He's saying, sir, why are you keeping this man in jail with no evidence of nothing? And he's at $4 million bail and there's 6 DAs leaving his case. This is unjust and unfair. Let my client out now. Let him out at least on bail. You are keeping him for no reason. He's been sitting here for 2.5 years. He's been sitting.
So how did the judge respond?
The judge looked at my case and then looked at the new DA, because after the girl left, the female DA, a new DA has to come in. He looked at it. He goes, okay, his bail is $4 million. I have no problem reducing the bail. You got to understand, my heart just dropped. My heart dropped. Like, then.
He said he had no problem reducing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This court system, this jail system is so fucked up towards blacks and Hispanics. It's ridiculous. The judge asked to go off the record. Off the record means that they stop recording, because by law, you have to record everything that happens in the courtroom. The judge told the lady to go off the record. And the DA had a meeting with the judge in silence. They're whispering to each other, whispering. I'm hearing, okay, this can't get to the media. How do we resolve this? We can't. They come out, Mr. Walker. This is what the judge told Mr. Walker. This is what we're gonna do. The attorney and the DA have agreed that we're gonna lower your bail from $4 million to $400,000. You lower my bail $3.6 million, and if you can afford that number, you can feel free to bail out. I bailed out the next week.
And that was when? That was you bailed out
November. That was right before Thanksgiving.
Gotcha.
I didn't tell the public I was out because I wanted to be with my family. I wanted to readjust to life, all that stuff, right?
And you've been out continuously since.
Yes, I've been out since. I've been out. I posted on social media of my release video on March 5th. So I didn't post for 6 months. I was out chilling for 6 months, trying to get my life back in order.
So the media only knew 2 months ago that you were out.
Yes.
And how have they responded to you?
I posted on March 5th that I was out. Immediately, I got tons of love. I have a very loyal fan base because I've been busting my ass in this music for years. Very loyal fan base. Thousands of comments of people, welcome back, King. All this. I'm feeling the love. I'm in a good place. I'm happy. A well-known person called me a rapist without saying alleged, and it caused uproar again. Uproar. When a famous person calls you a rapist, their following feels confident to call you a rapist.
Correct.
I'm getting bashed by girls with millions and millions of followers, getting bashed by other girls who knows another girl who knows another girl.
This started when? March, April?
March 5th.
Okay.
I'm getting bashed by, imagine.
So you're getting the love and the hate. The love and the hate. Okay.
Off of a girl saying this guy is a rapist without saying alleged. I want to shout out a few people because I want to relate this back to Shade Room, but it is very unfair that the media covered I was on every blog known to man when I went to jail. Every acting blog, every movie blog, every TV blog, every music blog, every blog you can
But
think
none
of.
of them wanted to interview you.
When I
They
got
just
out,
wanted to talk about you.
there's a few platforms that show
Did reach
me.
out?
Yeah. There's a few platforms not show me love because their job is to be unbiased and report news. So there's been there's a content creator named New Jack City. He's actually the guy who introduced us via FaceTime. He walked to you and told you about my story.
Yes.
That name was Tyler. So shout out to Tyler for making the introduction.
Yes, sir.
Made it News TV, Reggie Radio, Go to Lexus, Mob Radio, Hollywood Unlocked. Shout out to Jason. On Site, Raleigh. They all covered my story, whether it was good or bad. They've been covering my story and keeping my name alive.
Has anyone been trying to interview you though, directly? Have you gotten requests for interviews?
I did an interview with Hollywood Unlocked. Okay. I did it On Site, and I did an interview with Mob Radio, and I also did an interview with Made It News TV and Tyler. Just platforms. So shout out to those platforms for keeping my name alive. Yes. They all do great journalism. But here's my problem. If those platforms can interview me and hear the side of the story, why can't Shade Room? Shade Room knows I'm out. They put the narrative that I'm about to be convicted and my life is done. Now that they know I'm out, they seen that I'm out. They contacted my management team about me being out, but they didn't cover when I got out. If you're going to say I went to jail for rape, cover when I got out, because it looks like to the masses, they have 25 million followers. It looks like I'm a rapist who got to jail and I can't get my reputation back till they explain what's going on. But they haven't. And it makes Shade Room look biased towards black men. And I'm mad because I'm a fan of Shade Room. I like their platform. I respect what they do. But it makes me mad them not covering my story and telling everybody what's going on, that I'm out, that I'm off ankle monitor, that I'm walking free right now, and them not putting their story out there is showing that it portrays to me like they're being biased towards black men. And how can you do that to your black men when 50% of your fan base is black men and the other 50
is Shade Room black owned? Is Shade Room
the woman is black.
The owner
is black.
You sure the owner is black?
Look it up.
Okay. Because the manager could be black.
If she's not the owner of Shade Room, it's the CEO. I looked this up. I don't remember her name, but the face, or at least the face of Shade Room, is a black woman.
Okay.
So all I'm asking Shade Room to do is interview me, do an Instagram live with me, do something, and let these people know that I'm out free. Don't say I'm innocent. Don't say I'm guilty, but let people know that I'm out. And I'm still fighting my case, but I'm out because they told 23 million people that I went to jail for rape, and the world thinks I'm still in jail for rape, and the world still thinks I'm a rapist.
Let me ask you this. You've been out since November. The case never came to a close. You were bailed out.
Yes.
So where do you stand now? Do you have another case, another court date?
Sir,
where do we go from here?
You're going to be livid when you hear this, right? I went to court. So for anybody that's in here, if you want to know all the details of everything that's going on my page, this is I had a bigger platform. I had like 60,000 on my last page. Instagram took it down because of my allegations. Whether they know it's true or not, they just took my platform away. They silenced me. And they sent me saying something, anybody with these allegations, we support them on our page. What do you mean don't support? You just away my platform because you think maybe I could have done something? Where's that fair? I never seen that in the rule book.
That's not fair. That's no due process.
So my mainstream fans don't even know that I still have a social media because they don't know that this is Kaalan K.R. Walker. So I had to start from scratch. So I made this platform. If you click on the link.
Now, what is the name of your Instagram now?
Oh, Private Vibe. It's the one we're interviewing from right now.
Private VYBE.
Yes, Private Vibe.
So VYBE, everyone. Yes. So make sure you click and support the brother.
Thank you so much. There's a link in my bio. It has all my music. I'm surviving off music right now, but not really, because I'm not signed to no label. I lost my, man, Umar, sir, I didn't even tell you this. I was in conversation to be the first Black Spider-Man after Superfly came out, and I lost.
You were in conversation to be the first Black Spider-Man and
with
lost the deal because of the allegations.
With Sony Pictures. I signed a contract with them, a 3-movie contract, right before I did Superfly. My first contract was like 150,000. Second movie, 300,000. Next movie, like 6, 7. I signed a contract with them. After they saw Superfly and the tremendous response I had, I went to the studio, and their owner, or one of the people that was directing the movie, they followed me on their Sony Pictures platform and had a conversation with me saying, "We're doing Spider-Man again, but this time he'll be African American. We'd love to have a discussion with you." Then do you know what that would have?
Wow.
Oh my God.
That was next level. That was next level. You was on your way. But don't let that get you down, brother. Don't let the setback is a setup for a comeback.
Sir, that's easier said than done, sir. You're not feeling.
True. I agree. I understand.
Not feeling what I'm feeling right now, man. You not. I call somebody. People put out my address to my home. I've been getting death threats. I've been being called a dumb nigger. After I got accused of sexual assault, it gave people who are not Black the right to call me a nigger, because they see Black people attacking me, so now they feel comfortable to attack me. Calling me a stupid nigger, saying they go hang me. People have stood outside my home in hoodies. If I go in public, someone knows who I am. Someone's aiming a camera at me, something. It got so bad, man. They ran me out of the state of California. I don't even live in California no more.
So let me ask you this, slightly off the topic, but I want to get your take. And then I want you to take us back to the case in terms of where do you go from here? How can people support you? Do you have another date? But let me ask you this question, because many of these women who have made these allegations against you, many of them are not Black women. So my question is, being a celebrity, being in Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
What is it about the culture?
Yeah.
Or would you even blame the culture? But why are so many of our young Black male celebrities so inclined to date outside the race? Is it something about Hollywood? Is it just who they are before they get to Hollywood? How do y'all end up with all these non-Black women?
I'll be honest with you. In this situation, it's not even a race thing. In Hollywood, when you're a man and a woman, you get a large amount of attention on you. There's a validation you feel being around the popular guys and the popular girls. I felt it. Different race, white, Black, Asian, Hispanic. There's all types of celebrities in the culture. It's not that we're picking or choosing what race of woman we want to deal with. I feel like everybody in Hollywood just hoes. Everybody sleeping with everybody. Girls are sleeping who they want to sleep with. Guys are sleeping who they want to sleep with. That's why I get so mad. I'm be honest with you. That's why I get mad when dudes be like, girls are hoes. But why are you calling women that when we do that same stuff? We're promiscuous and sleeping with everybody too. You don't have the right to call a woman that, because we do the same thing. In Hollywood, everybody's just doing everything with everybody, of every race, of everywhere. Hollywood is you have to have a very strong mind, to deal with that world. People need to understand it's the entertainment business, not the entertainment friendship. When it comes to fame, the more famous you get, if you blink wrong, you on a blog site. You put up the wrong sign, you on a blog site. You wear the wrong shirt, blog site. Sleep with the wrong person, blog site. Anybody that's out there that wants to be famous, if you don't have a strong mental, do not do this shit. Do not do this entertainment stuff. It's a lot of work, and you have to be very strong up here. So it's not even a race thing with this, sir. Everybody's just being promiscuous with everybody. So right now, the current status of my case, I just went to court on May 18th, and it pissed me off because nobody picked this up. The 7th DA left the case. It got so bad. The DA sent the assistant, and the assistant told the judge, "Hey, the DA on this case wants to be removed from the case, and for for protection purposes, his name does not want to be mentioned to the public. Now, if you're accusing me of rape, why are you removing yourself from the case? Why don't you want your name to be told to the public? And this time, the detective is by law obligated to be there every court date since she arrested me. She didn't show up. She did not show up. The woman that arrested and took my life away did not show up to court. What is that telling you?
She knows she wasn't right.
Yes. So now I announced ready for trial. So if you want to know when my trial date is, take May 18th and do 60 days. It's called 0 to 60. So whatever May 18th is, do 60 days. So that's May, July sometime my trial date is. That's
and what is likely to happen at that trial date? Like, when do you get down to getting these charges dismissed? What's going to happen at the next day?
May 18th, and my trial date is called 0 to 60. It's 60 days. I have a 0 to 30 court date on June 22nd. I go back to court. On June 22nd, two things are going to happen because LA just opened back up. So they can't keep using COVID as an excuse. They're either going to drop my case or they're going to announce trial. But I could be wrong, but I'm going to speak it into existence. They're going to drop my case because there is no way in hell a DA is about to be prepared for a sexual assault case with multiple women in less than a month. So I go back to court on June 22nd to find out if the case is dropped or if I go to trial. But if I go to trial, I can't wait to go to trial. I need you to understand, sir, I'm facing 150 years to life, meaning that if I'm convicted on one charge, I get life in prison. There's 10 women on my case. Everybody been saying 20, 30, 50, 100 on the blogs, inaccurate information.
And when you say if you get one charge, you can spend life in prison, because
they quadruple stack my charges. These are felonies.
Okay.
So I'm facing 150 years to life total. But if I get convicted on one, I get life. On one person, one. But if I'm convicted on all the people, I have to serve 150 years in jail, then I get life. I am playing Russian roulette with my life right now. But I feel the case is going to get dropped because everybody's slowly backing off. The accusers are disappearing. The detective, I haven't heard from her in months. They just did a press release or a news release on channel Fox 11 News 2 weeks ago. And the Fox 11 News lady said, we have not heard from the detective. And she sent us an email saying she apologizes, but there was a malfunction in the police system. What does the malfunction mean? That you put an innocent black man in jail and didn't put it into the media that he was in jail on accident without proof? Oops, because they don't want to put that to the world. What they gonna say? Oops, I'm sorry for arresting a black man. Black Lives Matter will lose their fucking mind. So now I gotta fight and tell the world I'm innocent. But guess what? I don't have a platform because they took it away. So now I look like the crazy guy running around trying to tell everybody I'm innocent. If Shade Room does not post what's going on with my case and don't keep it up, the masses think I'm a rapist. The masses think I'm locked up. Movie companies think I'm a rapist. Movie companies think I'm locked up. Record labels don't want to deal with me. Nobody wants to deal with me until Shade Room, the platform, says something about what's going on with my case. So even when my innocence is shown, if they don't cover it, I still don't have any opportunities. I can't even get a regular job no more. Why? Because I'm scared to. If I go tell somebody, hey, you know everybody wants applications filled out. I don't want to put my name on the application because they're going to look up my name and not hire me.
Because right now, those charges are on your record.
They're on my record until right now, I'm guilty until proven innocent.
Because they're on your record.
Yes, when I have no record.
So you're saying that even before you're proven guilty, not you, but hypothetically anyone, once the charge is made, there's a felony on your record until you're proven not guilty?
Yes. And this is the thing. If I go apply for a job right now and I fill out my name, Kaalan Walker, on the paperwork, they do a background check. If you go on Google right now and type in Kaalan Walker, the first 27 pages are my sexual assault allegations. You see no blog coverage on me getting out. You see no blog coverage on my ankle monitor being off. Sir, do you see an ankle monitor on me?
Nah.
Do you see an ankle monitor on me, sir?
No, sir.
If I'm being called R. Kelly, Bill Cosby Jr., if I took advantage of 10 women, why would the court system let me free? I left the country last week to spend time. How can I leave the country if the court system know they made a mistake, but they're not going to tell the media their life back. And people are telling me to shut up and calling me a rapist. If I shut up, you telling every black man to shut up.
Right.
The strongest men are the one that take the most bullshit. I'm going to speak up and speak my mind and my heart all the time. There's little black kids that's watching me. I got to tell them you can fight through this. There's grown men, period. Any man that work hard, that bust your ass every day, be careful. If I give up on myself, I'm pretty much giving up on behalf of every man. There's people rooting for me right now. No, I'm not going to be quiet. Dr. Umar, I've looked at your speeches. When it comes to men, period, what have you told us to do? Be strong, right?
Yes,
Stand
sir.
in your, right?
Yes, sir.
Stand up for yourself, right?
Yes,
Don't
sir.
let nobody bully you. Believe in yourself, right?
That's right.
I'm taking the knowledge you gave me, so I ain't gonna shut up.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna shut up.
Yes, sir.
I'm in the heavens until the world knows I'm innocent, because I want my life back.
That's right.
I want these labels looking at me again, because I love music.
That's
I want
right.
my movie deals back so I can get on that screen. I'm gonna be the best fucking actor you've ever seen in your life. Why? Because all the pain and struggle, I really lived it. I don't gotta act nothing. These who are innocent, who can't see their daughter no more, who can't see their son no more. If I get out of jail and I'm quiet, I'm disrespecting all them. There's
Yes.
millions of men that's falsely incarcerated and millions
Yes.
of women who are falsely incarcerated. There's cops in jail touching these women. All you cops that's sitting in jail touching these Hispanic women and these black girls because you know they scared and they don't want to do nothing and they don't want to get hurt and touching them inappropriately, y'all need to stop that shit. And y'all will get exposed the moment my shit comes out that I'm innocent. There are some sick things going on in there. Hispanic women and black women are being mistreated. LGBTQ community in there are being mistreated and made fun of. That I do not tolerate that. I got members in my family part of the LGBTQ community. I do not tolerate no slander of them, period. I have a gay cousin. He was scared to tell me he was gay. Why? Because he's afraid of society. He didn't want to come out to the world. I had people in jail that I was talking to that was super affectionate towards me that were men. And I'm like, what's up, man? How you doing? He's like, oh, I find you very handsome, but don't beat me up. Why would I beat you up? Because, you know, I got beat up the last time I called a man handsome. What's wrong with you calling me handsome? I don't know. I just got a lot of slack for it. No, you're beautiful. You have the right to like what you like and love what you love. It's a lot of fucked up things going on in there. Jail makes you feel like you're guilty already. There's a lot of people that actually did those things in there, but there's a lot of innocent people. And I feel like I'm doing God's work. There is no way in hell I'm about to be released on the charges I got for me to be silent. I'm doing God's work. But God's works take a little more time.
What advice do you have for young brothers your age, younger than you, getting into music, getting into acting? They're, you know, let's say they're about to become a celebrity. They're about to crack that glass ceiling. Now they're in Hollywood, they in entertainment. Based on what you've seen, what you've been through yourself, what's the best 3 or 4 points you can give them? Black men, first-time celebrities, new money. What's your advice?
My black young men, my brothers, listen, please. I know you guys watching TV. I know you guys are looking at the music videos. I know y'all looking at the movies. I know y'all seeing the women. I know y'all seeing the lifestyle, the money, the jewels, the cars. I know y'all seeing that. But I need y'all to sit down with y'all moms. I need y'all to sit down with y'all fathers. If y'all don't have your mother or father, sit down with your uncle, cousin, somebody that's black with knowledge. And when they tell you, watch out, don't give yourself to everybody. Watch out for this, watch out for that. You need to listen to them. I wish I would have listened. I'm telling you, I am facing 150 years to life off of a lie because I did not listen. Because I did not listen. if you are a black man in here, I need y'all to listen and pay attention. It is not cool to be around, sleeping around with everybody and to just act like you know. It's not. It's not cool. And I pray that my situation doesn't happen to anybody else or any person, period. Because nobody deserves the type of pain that I'm feeling. Nobody. But I'm gonna fight, sir. I'm gonna continue to speak my piece, and I'm gonna continue to fight for my innocence because I know I'm innocent. It's very hard. I gotta adjust. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not gonna front. I'm not rich. I'm living in a basement right now. I don't got no car. My music ain't paying my bills right now because the money's not rolling in. I'm not even gonna act like it's rolling in. Life ain't good.
It's gonna come back to you. It's gonna come back.
I went from a movie screen to living in a basement in the middle of nowhere. Life ain't cool. I'm not even about to sit on here and act like, oh yeah, I'm good. Nah, bro. I'm down bad. I got out of jail with $24 to my name. I'm living stimulus check to stimulus check. My account is currently negative $2,000. I'm not embarrassed. You can make fun of me all you want. I've been made fun of forever. My account is in negative $2,000. If anybody looking at this stuff, it's $25. My dad gave me this. This watch ain't real.
How can people donate to you, brother, if they want to help you out?
Can I be honest with you?
Yes, sir.
I don't want nobody to donate to me.
Okay.
I don't want nobody to. I want people to listen and give me a fair chance to defend myself. That's all.
I respect that. I respect that.
I'd rather be broke with the truth than be rich with a lie. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I don't want nobody to donate nothing to me. If you want to, follow my story. Anybody that's following this page, go to my page, Private Vibe right now, and follow me and follow my
Private
story.
Vibe, y'all. PRIVATE.
Yeah.
VYBE. Private VYBE. Private Vibe, y'all. Go like the page.
I have a link in my bio on my page of all my music. Go listen to my music.
You have a YouTube as well?
Yes, my YouTube. Just type in WHOKR on YouTube. WHOKR. All my music.
WHOKR on YouTube. WHOKR on YouTube.
Yeah, but I have one link where all my stuff is in. So if you just go follow my Instagram right now and click on the link tree, my YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Music, all that. It's all my music's there. That's all I would ask you. I don't want no donations. I don't want you. Nah, man. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna stand. I'm not gonna let nobody take away my truth. No matter who hate me or who love me, I'm gonna fight for my life.
Absolutely.
There's somebody out that's getting motivation through me. And for all the people that got somebody locked up, that you know they're innocent, they coming home. I promise you, God is real. They're coming home. And whenever my allegations clear up, I'm going to make it very, very clear. And I'm gonna make sure to help people that's been incarcerated with bail. I have a bigger purpose. I just got to get through this hump first. But I go back to court on June 22nd to find out if the case will be dropped or to find out when trial is. And Dr. Umar, I don't know where you live, sir, but if you can make it there, or we can have another.
Sure, send me the info. I'm gonna try to be there.
It'll be in LA. I would love for you to be there, sir. I need
sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna definitely try to be there, my brother. And we're going to go live again after your next court hearing, so you can keep the people updated on how things are going, brother. Because we don't want you to go down the way they did Bill Cosby, how they trying to do Deshaun Watson, Tupac, Mike Tyson. You know, we can't let that happen. But like you said, brother, I'm glad you took responsibility for your own faults. I hope one day you and your best friend, former best friend rather, can just sit down, and even if you're never friends again, just process. Because coming from a therapist perspective, we all need to process our pains and shortcomings and disappointments. I hope one day the two of you brothers can just sit down and process what happened, you know, because you owe him that and he owes himself that, you know. So I hope that that can happen, you know. But it sounds like you've grown from this. It sounds like, you know, 20 years from now, you'll be so much stronger and so much more of a better guy, young brothers, because of what you've been through. You'll be able to show them why they shouldn't go down that road, you know. So all this will be excellent material for you to teach the next generation.
I wanted to tell you something, sir, real quick. You were the first public figure to even talk to me. Everybody was scared to talk to me because they didn't want their reputation ruined, that they're talking to an alleged person. You're the first public person to even to say, yo, I'm listening, talk to me. Thank you. I'm not a great, look, I know I yell sometimes. I know I come off crazy. People call me a narcissist. I'm not a narcissist. I'm hurt. Hurt. If I sat here right now and talked to you with a straight face and talk to you about my pain, you ain't gonna believe that. I'm really hurt. I gotta put on a strong face in front of you, but bro, I break down. This shit is hard.
Yes, sir.
Hard, man, hard. It's embarrassing to tell somebody you broke, that you went from a movie star to living in the basement with fake stuff on. It's embarrassing to say your family left your side. It's embarrassing to say you came out of jail with $25 to your name. It's embarrassing to say you were house hopping and staying in different cars and getting kicked out the house by your mama. It's embarrassing, man. I have nothing to show for it. I got 7 pairs of shirts and like 5 pairs of pants that I got to rotate because I can't afford clothes. It's not cool. And I'm not about to act like life is good. I don't want no donations, but I just want my life back. I want to get back on the movie screen. I want to get my music back out there to the world. That's all I want. So I can support. I want to have a family one day. I want kids. I want like 4 or 5 kids.
Yes, sir.
I want to hold those children. And me not really having my father in my life growing up, it taught me if I ever bring a child into this world, he's going to know who his daddy is. I would never allow a child to come in this world. He don't know who his daddy is. I'm going to be the best daddy there is.
That's right. That's right, bro.
God ain't about to take me back to jail. I'm not going back.
That's right.
I want to be a father. I want the picket fence. I want everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Powerful, brother. Powerful. Well, I'm glad we had this chance to conversate. We want to do it again. We're going to pray for you. We hope all goes well with the next hearing. We definitely going to go live again, brother, so you can let the people know as well, you know, what happened. But this was good. I hope that people really understood what you said. I'm sure some people going to snatch it, you know, run with it. You know, you'll see it over all around. I just hope that they don't distort your words, take anything out of context, don't edit, don't mis-edit anything. If you're going to give the people the interview, give them the whole thing, or at least the whole segment. Let's do justice to our brother, and let's stop putting attention and views and likes and money above the best interest and reputation of our brothers and sisters. We one family. We are all we got. We have to stop selling each other short for a couple dollars, a couple views, and a couple likes. We have to stop doing that. But brother Kaalan, thank you, brother. God be with you. Ancestors be with you. Please keep me posted. Please keep us posted. Everybody go to, that was Private Vibe, V-Y-B-E. Go to the page right now. Private Vibe, V-Y-B-E on Instagram. And give me that YouTube one more time, brother Kaalan.
It's Who KR. Just type in on YouTube Who KR. All my music videos
Who KR
will pop up.
W-H-O-K-R on YouTube. Make sure y'all like the page.
Thank you. I'm about to get off here, sir. I'm gonna still be watching. I want to hear what you have to say. I need some before I go to sleep. So I'm gonna get off here right now. I want to see you talk. God bless you, and thank you for your chance,
Peace and
sir.
black power. Okay. All right,
yes,
now.
Sir.